And we are live. Hello, everyone. It is Terra, your favorite cyber bitch. So, I have with me Death Hyrukin.
Hi.
And I have my Mr. V.
Greetings, motherfuckers. All hail the great Comrade Transra.
I'm doing this because I was getting a lot of shit today and yesterday because I refused to shut up about my opinions on this abhorrent thing that Netflix has agreed to called She-Ra and the Princesses. Yes, I made that plural of power.
Correction, transpresses. Transpresses.
No.
They are going from cisgender
to
transgender.
But
and they are identifying as everything under the Soviet sun.
I think you mean young Thor.
No. As someone that I was talking to in a tweet said, it's a Hank Venture and She-Ra cosplay.
Oh my god, it is. Yeah, they have the same haircut.
Yep, and we already know Hank Venture likes to dress as a girl.
I wonder if being molested by Sergeant Hatred did it to him.
It's quite possible. So, yesterday was the official release of one of the official pictures from the new She-Ra cartoon.
Oh god. Amy Schumer
and it is
getting
also very comrade. So progressive that it makes you want to conform to breadline and die.
So progressive. I met a guy named Yuri Grekinov while waiting for my government funded boots.
Yep.
Let's present to everyone.
Infinity.
So, give me a second. The original stuff was put on to Entertainment Weekly.
The original 4.
They were the ones that got the exclusive view. I have to... There we go. It's starting to pull up now.
No.
I'm also having to clean the house while I'm doing this. Because my roommate's having a fucking heart attack.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's having a heart attack over how messy the house is.
Oh. You meant literally.
All because her mom's coming to town to return her kid, and she can't look at her mom and say, "Bitch, no, you're not allowed in my house." Anyway. So, see new photos from the new She-Ra series, helmed by Noelle Stevenson. And it's because of Death Hyrukin that I know all of this, because as soon as he brought up that She-Ra was being remade, I'm like, wait, what? And then he showed me a still image in my Discord. I was like, oh, hell the fuck no. If anyone was watching that stream, I'm cursing, calling it a tranny, which it is a tranny as far as I'm concerned. And no, I'm not using that as a slur.
It's Dean Ventura wearing a wig and costume.
All right, so this...
In fact, I even have some problems with the costume. Looks like she made it in her bargain basement.
This is Comrade Transra. You will watch her at gunpoint.
Jesus. I'm tired of websites making shit jump. All right, so this is the new She-Ra, or as we can put it, Hera.
Yeah.
All right.
I still think
before I hit play, as you can see, very squared jawline. Almost like, you know, Nightwing and Batman had a gay baby.
Mm-hmm.
The hair looks like the head is shaved or buzz cutted and then had a weave added on to the headband so that they would have. And of course, as I have this up, it starts popping up a fucking video. This is the video that it's decided it's going to play on its fucking own.
They all do that for some reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it play.
I guess it's to force it on.
Ah, Starbucks ad. Progressivism confirmed. Ah!
Let me tell you, I do not have a good relation with the local Starbucks.
Ah, too funny.
And She-Ra is not shape-shifting. Her
No,
sword
it's just-
shape-shifts.
Exactly. So, obviously, they didn't know. But, did
And
of course, I have buffering issues.
Of course.
Shape shifting. So that's what they're going to. Oh, I have so. Okay, so
Yeah,
trans is
apparently.
definitely what it's going to be.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's going to be a metaphor for being trans.
For being
How much you bet?
trans.
I'm putting money on it. I got
Trans.
$50.
Trans
I got-
species. Trans-dimensional. Trans-communist.
Oh no, there's going to be some definite communist themes and lesbian themes because of her previous work shows that's all she can write.
Oh, joy. This should be interesting.
Her previous work was a thing called Lumberjanes about a bunch of little kids. Kids running
Okay.
around in the woods.
So, a few months ago, Noelle Stevens. I wish this thing would quit jumping.
Yeah, the one thing I find funny about all this progressive nonsense, in actual communist countries, none of that shit would fly and they'd all be publicly executed inhumanely.
Right now, I wish we could do that. A few months ago, Noelle Stevenson visited Blue Sky, the animation studio, helming the film adaptation of her best-selling graphic novel, Nimona, to see gorgeously painted concept art depicting a shark with boobs.
Shark.
Apparently a shark with boobs. And I'm still getting this shit. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get rid of this shit. Ugh.
I just have...
Yeah, a shark with boobs. Don't ask me. I don't give a fuck, honestly.
I'm more surprised she can draw boobs. Because she obviously isn't doing any of that here.
Well, the thing is she can't draw boobs because she doesn't have any.
Because
you guys saw the picture of Noelle Stevenson in that video. She has no boobs.
That's a boy. That's Tom Holland cosplaying as a woman.
I couldn't believe it. This comic panel I drew when I was 19 years old, and sleep deprived with the dumbest joke I could think of because it made me laugh at 4 a.m. Stevenson tells EW, suddenly I'm here sitting in this theater looking at this beautiful, larger-than-life production art.
Beautiful. So, there are even some problems with the art itself.
All right, but before I go on, let's really take a look at this image that she claims is She-Ra, but it's actually Steve or Hank Ventura in cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does it not have boobs, and it's either has a mullet or a weave attached to that tiara, but look at those arms. Those are football player arms. They're not feminine at all. There's no femininity to the hips. Now, in the show, they're supposed to be making Adora, which would also make She-Ra, around 14, 15 years old. By that time, childbearing hips are starting to develop.
By that time, some girls
have
them already.
Breasts are developing, if not already prominent.
No kidding.
Like my oldest goddaughter started developing breasts at the age of 9. I started at the age of 10.
Should have seen the girls I went to school with.
Okay. There's no definition to her legs to show that she's female, and this actually kind of pisses me off. Wearing bike shorts underneath.
Yep.
So the argument mine made was she's a gymnast, this type, so she would have muscle.
Yes.
If you look at this art,
Okay. Let's look at that.
No
Gymnasts still have that hourglass figure, regardless of the fact that at a young age they start strapping down their breasts to keep from growing large breasts.
Yeah. Not to mention, this is showing no definite muscle.
No definition whatsoever.
It's really flat, is what I'm seeing. Like, even the coloring is really flat, like you made it in Microsoft Paint.
Yep, because it's supposed to be simplistic for communists.
All right, we're going to skip Noelle's history because I really don't give a fuck.
Probably some Soviet sympathizing sack of shit or something or other, you know.
Now at age 26, Stevenson is the showrunner on a new series from DreamWorks. DreamWorks, you guys had some awesome shit. Now you done fucked up.
Well,
this is the same country that made Shrek back in the day.
No, but Shrek was good.
Exactly. And it introduced a lot of kids to dirty jokes when they rewatched it.
Oh, yeah, it was funny as fuck. This is just pure tranny propaganda. You know,
coming to Netflix on November 16th, featuring a different sort of shape-shifting heroine, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. First of all, She-Ra is the only princess of power because she has the sword of power.
Hang on. I'm noticing something here in the second thing.
What?
SJW trope number 9177. Heterochromia of the eyes.
Oh, you mean the thick eyebrows?
No. One of her eyes is a different color. It's how they distinguish their characters and make them unique.
No, that's what they're doing to Catra, yes.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that pisses me off about this is they're making Catra into a werecat. Catra is not a werecat. She uses magic to shape-shift. Magic. Not that she was born that way. She was actually taught by spellcaster.
But in the name of great transspeciesism and the fornication that comes with it within its many gender identities, it must be done.
Catra was taught by, Hordak and Spellweaver. Spellweaver's her name. To use magic to transform herself into a black panther. And she only does this on occasion. She is not a fucking werecat. When she's in her human state, she does not have a tail. She does not have fucking cat ears. She doesn't have claws. No. This is just no.
This whole thing is a lot of no.
I was really interested in finding what my next project would be and finding something epic. Serialized, action adventure, fantasy, sci-fi, all of the things I wanted to do. She-Ra has a majority female cast. Yes, that's because that was done in the 80s to show little girls that women could do exactly the same thing He-Man could.
But nope, now she can't do He-Man stuff while being a woman. No, she's gotta be He-Man.
It's centered around a female hero. You mean trans hero. You're trying to make She-Ra a shape-shifting hero into a transgender. That's exactly what you're fucking trying to do, Noelle.
When shape-shifting is used in a Steven Universe type show, it's a trans metaphor.
It's got rainbows, and it's got robots. It's got everything I like in one place. Not all of the Horde people are fucking robots. If you ever actually watched the real cartoon, Noelle, you would know that there are also men in those outfits. You'd find this out if you actually watched the fucking show. Here's the cast. And here's Noelle, right here. See, that's why she can't draw boobs, is because she doesn't fucking have any.
No, men artists can draw boobs.
Because they want to play with boobs.
Exactly. But this is a boyish lesbian. Actually, she's a lesbian. She should still be able to draw them. There is no excuse here for this level of laziness.
She pitched her version for the show to DreamWorks, who had purchased the classic library that included the character She-Ra. Pretty much, they went to Mattel and said, "We're going to purchase all of He-Man and She-Ra." And was looking for someone to develop the series. When you're working on a pitch, you have no idea if it'll go or not, or really what will happen. At that stage, anything can happen.
Oh.
So it's best not to get too attached to what you're working on. Well, I'm going to give you some advice right here, Noel. Many companies have tried to reboot He-Man, Transformers, Gem, the movie. They tried to reboot Voltron, G.I. Joe, Mutant Ninja Turtles. The only reason the one that's going on is working is because parents don't give a shit what their kids watch anymore. And things like that. And you know what happened to almost every one of them, Noel? They fucking failed. Why? Because the diehard fans, such as myself, said, nope. And we talked to all of our other friends that were diehard fans, and we were like, oh no, nope. And guess what happened? It went straight down the fucking tubes. You would get maybe a season and a half, and then it's cut.
So, there's a reason she went to Netflix.
Yeah, because Netflix is a dumbass.
It will greenlight anything you pitch. You've seen the South Park joke about it, haven't you?
No, I haven't watched South Park in a while.
Oh.
But also, think about it this way, Noel. While Netflix was willing to greenlight this, that's only because you're doing something that is so fucking close to Steven Universe and Thundercats Roar that they're like, yay!
Oh,
let's get on the retarded bandwagon!
So,
because there is something out there that should be taking the place of this fucking show. It's called the continuation of Firefly.
Wait, they're continuing Firefly?
I wish they would. I'm saying it should be in place of this show. All right. But I realized at one point, oh my God, I love this. I really, really want this. 2.5 years later, I've only gotten more enriched in it or entrenched in it. It's very, very dear to me.
Bull.
If it was dear to you, you wouldn't be butchering it. All right.
Now,
so we're going to take a second.
This is the most egregious picture out of these.
This is She-Ra. Right here. This is sweet little Dora, who is like 14. I can get behind the fact that there's not really a chest showing. Only because they made the shirt and jacket so baggy.
Yeah, that isn't a problem if you're wearing baggy clothes.
Number 2. Bo either is Hispanic of some lineage or black. And this is one of those, I think it was more of a let's get Black Lives Matter to support us deal. So they took a tall, who was actually supposed to be about as tall as She-Ra. She-Ra, when she transforms, goes from about a 5'5" of a Dora to a 6' She-Ra. Close to 6 feet. She gets to about 5'10". And that's including the boots. And Bo is actually a little bit shorter than She-Ra, but taller than Adora. He's white, built, and redheaded.
Yeah.
So let's go over here where I have the She-Ra pictures.
And if you're noticing something, he doesn't have any muscle either.
Mm-mm. No. Apparently you have to be a soy boy.
Of course.
So there's Bo right there. That's the image we're discussing.
Notice how almost all the pictures you're getting on the first 2 rows where most people look are of this reboot trash.
Oh, here's another one of the reboot trash. Let's see. Find a picture of Bo. Bo.
You might
Bo,
want
Bo,
to search
Bo.
Bo from She-Ra.
Here we go. This is Bo. Muscular. Defined. And I don't mean, oh my God, he's got muscle. No, I mean defined. You can tell that, he has muscles in his stomach from using his bow. His arms are defined from using his bow. He's called Bo because he uses a fucking bow. He's white and redheaded.
He has a mustache.
Yeah. He's not prepubescent. All right, let's go back over to the... All right, so we've established that is not Bo. Now, I could actually get behind this story if it was like, this is their children.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. Because Frosta, she's actually... and there's a woman, I think... she's like slings spider webs. No. She uses nets to catch bad guys. She's black. I could understand if Bo and this chick got together and that was their son. No problem there. But no, this is supposed to be a reboot. Now look at Glimmer. Look at this. This is something from Steven fucking Universe.
And you can't even say she's supposed to be 14 like the rest of them.
Exactly.
Isn't she always just a little bit older?
No, actually, even in the original series, Glimmer was like at the age of 16, 17.
Yeah, but even then.
Look at this. Steven Universe drawing. Drawing of Glimmer. One more time. Steven Universe. Glimmer. You can't tell me that they haven't thrown Steven Universe bullshit in here. Yep. Also, Glimmer had tits. She had an hourglass figure. This chick just looks like she sits on her ass all day and diddles herself or plays a fucking video game.
Wait, pause. Look at how straight her legs are. It's like they took a ruler.
Yeah. Guaranteed Noelle can't draw a straight line on her own if it could save her life. So, they gave Glimmer fatty arms. Okay, so you're wanting to make Glimmer plus size? No problem with that, really. But, don't do this. This is you ripping off of someone else's work. All right?
Oh, wait.
Like the original... What?
In that picture with Bo and Adora, notice how he looks kind of scared or confused. See?
I'd say he's fucking scared.
Yeah, but yet she's over here, never seen something like this before, probably. And yet she looks like, oh, my woman power. Yeah, impressive. You have a sword. She has a sword and is armed. You should be at least a little bit intimidated by that.
Like in the original 1985 series, our protagonist, Adora, was kidnapped as a baby and raised by the evil Horde, only to discover her true identity later in life. We've really started from the same starting point where the original show started from because Adora has such a great backstory. No, the fuck you're not! You're not starting from the same starting point.
Part of her family. Just gonna edit out.
First of all, Adora is 21. 21, 22. We'll go with 22 because I don't think it's until season 2 or 3 of He-Man that they bring Adora into the story. No, you're actually getting rid of all that because according to the original comics, the original books, and the original series, this getting the swords of power is a rite of passage for people worthy during the time of need in Eternia, which is where He-Man's from and Adora's from. You're taking this back way too many years. I could understand I'd be down with it if you were saying that this was a prologue up to when she figures out she's She-Ra. I could handle that.
Hang on.
That'd be easy. No fucking problem.
Oh, God.
I'd even deal with the horrible animation. What's wrong?
She realizes that there's more to this than she knew. That maybe there's a reason they were called the Evil Horde. That maybe they were evil. They would never call themselves that one. Oh my God. She's making a joke and it's a bad one.
Do me a favor, Death.
Yeah.
If you can, tweet to her page the link to the YouTube. I want her to watch this.
All right. Can you send me the YouTube link somewhere?
I'll send it to you on Kick. Does that sound good?
Yeah, because if I go into the app, it's going to close me out of the call.
That's fine. I know it does, so give me just a second.
But CalArts. Yeah, CalArts. Did you since you didn't like Voltron, you wouldn't know the character Pidge, but it was originally a boy in the original. Well, in the new one, it's a girl who has deliberately changed herself to look as much like a boy as possible. If you go and look up a picture of her...
Do you mean one of the Twiggets?
No, it's one of the Paladins, the green one. One from Voltron. But one who is deliberately disguising herself as a boy to take her brother's place. It's on a team.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but if you look at pictures of her, you have to search from Legendary Defender, because otherwise you'll get the original. She has the same chest as all of these characters.
Alright, I'm sending you the link on Kick.
A woman who is very deliberately altered to the way their body is naturally formed.
There you go. There's the YouTube link. So, yeah, you're not starting from the same starting point of that series. You are taking it way back and erasing a lot of information.
7 years.
I understand you want to go through her. I understand you want to go through her struggles with everything, but you have to remember, Shadow Weaver. I finally got it right. Fucking Shadow Weaver. They didn't just brainwash Adora. They used spells on her. Other than that, she was a good person at heart. She's separated from her family as a baby, and she's sent to another planet. She's adopted by the villain overlord, Sweetie. His name is Hordak. Hordak. Not just overlord, Hordak. And raised by him in this evil army. She's actually a general in the Horde army. She's been raised to believe that the villains are doing the right thing, that's true, and that the princesses are evil. There's only one other princess on this fucking planet other than Adora, and that's Glimmer. There's no other princesses, seriously, because the true ruler is Queen Angela. Her daughter is Glimmer. There are no other fucking princesses. None.
Yeah, but part of the agenda is taking away the uniqueness of people and making them into equals.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like, if there's nothing special
go ahead.
There's nothing special about her, or they can obviously say that all humans are the same too. Ooh, and
her as this crisis, as she has this crisis of faith. She's been very sheltered her whole life and starts to experience the world. She realizes that there's more to this than she knew, that maybe there's a reason they're called the evil horde. They're just called the Horde.
The Horde.
Not the evil horde, the Horde. I mean, horde indicates mass, and in general indicates evil.
Indicates more disorder and chaos, we find evil. Well, but no villain refers to themselves as the evil horde. They're smarter than that.
As she discovers more about the world, Adora also learns how to live up to the She-Ra identity. Again, She-Ra doesn't appear, and Adora doesn't find out that she has this sword that's brought to her by her brother He-Man / Adam of Eternia, until she's in her 20s.
Yeah, but there's no mention of her brother or, any redemption.
As She-Ra, she doesn't know how to act. This is all new to her and a little clumsy at first. It's like an uncomfortable suit. She's like, okay, here I am. I'm very glamorous, very strong, and people are looking up to me because I'm very tall.
Oh my God. Her sense of humor. It hurts.
First of all, the versions of She-Ra you have shown me are... If I were to compare them, they are the same height as Adora. And She-Ra was considered to, height-wise to be Amazonian. But Amazonians are also sexy. Go watch some He-Man, or not He-Man, but go watch some Adventures of Hercules. Or go watch some Xena. There you go. Learn what feminism is.
The women in there, muscles, good physique, hot as all get out. But she looks short. She looks really, really short. And if they're 14, what is she doing on a battlefield? Why is she commanding troops?
The thing that strikes me really odd about this whole thing is it looks like this whole goddamn thing is just literally propped up to fall flat on its face. Like, I'm sitting thinking at this, and yeah, you're right. You've got a 14-year-old kid leading people into battle. You've got all these implementations of trans this and trans that and all that nonsense. And to top it all off, it seems like they've drawn every character to literally look like that. What was that one social justice sodomite artist person? Where they tried to make
Rebecca Sugar.
Rebecca Sugar? Yeah, it's like they copied her whole art style of, all right, let's just take all the.
It isn't they copied her art style, it's that her art style is the Cal Arts basic. It's what they learn when they go there. They all have the same style. Okay.
I get it. Okay, so they basically took the same thing and went, all right, let's just remove all the aesthetic everything that would naturally apply to every gender and make it, propagandized nonsense. Because this reminds me an awful lot about it reminds me a lot of the nonsense that's been floating around recently, and even beforehand in the earlier years with Hollywood, where they were doing all the pro sodomist nonsense and shit like that. Like the last Transformer movie where they put the little girl and the retarded robot in there for the other fucking progress this and communist that nonsense. And then in several cartoons and where they're like, strong, independent woman that's also transgender, gender fluid,
And then there's the insinuation of multiple princesses of power multiple times. It's programming. It's honestly programming.
Absolutely. I guarantee you that's exactly what this whole nonsense is. They're trying to further sediment their propagandized nonsense.
Okay, sorry, my computer lost internet. I'm rebooting it now. I'm doing it as fast as I can.
All right. As far as we know, the show's still running, so you're good.
It is. I'm watching.
All right, cool. We're good. We bought you some time.
All right, because I was going to take a break from the whole bitching about this thing. Did I at least get over with the, that this is a complete fuck up? I was done with that whole EW article?
Yeah.
Because I don't know where the internet kicked out.
You were essentially done. There was another ad. It's basically just her making her stupid comedy and talking about her other work.
Okay.
But everyone in that show has the same body type.
Yeah.
If you remove the details, they're the same character base and they're just repeating it.
Yep. Communist propaganda.
You know who uses that?
Communists.
They used to use it in
SJWs.
They used to use it in anime to create background characters and they could save money.
Mm-hmm.
It's laziness.
Yep. It's also artistic snowflake propaganda.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like at least with Sugar, you can say her designs have some variety to them.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least some change, so you can tell which character is if you were to take out the color and details.
I could still tell who's who, but that's just because I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you were to remove their hair and their clothes, would you be able to tell those apart?
No.
Exactly, because it's the same base. It's just laziness on an artistic front. But,
no, you were right the first time, babe.
Yeah. It's laziness on an artistic front to draw characters like that, where you can easily.
The deeper thing is, it's not just that, but it's conforming. Because here's the thing with these people. They're pure communist, pure socialist, pure psychotic. They can't. Every other time they get up in the morning to go change an article of clothing, they have to change their gender and some other nonsense with it and what have you. These are completely unstable people, and what they want to do is they want to literally force the idea that of pure anti-egalitarian equality. So this is their artistic way sell people on the idea of self mutilation. They literally want equal outcome of everything. Every individual person rid